What's going on, guys? Chris the Bonafide Hustler coming to you live from my office. Man, I totally did not even put on the lights correctly. Anyway, just got done mowing my lawn. It is Monday. It's a live show. I want to show you the stuff that I found before I bring it to market. So anyways, if you guys can hear me, let me know. I am going through the actual monitor this time, not my little headset. So here's the headset, and it is not hooked in. So it is done that way because I need to be able to pivot around and show you the stuff that's in this wagon, right? And that's one of the first finds I found today. So there's a wagon down here. I have a piece of grass in my eye. Oh my God. Anyway, so yeah, one of the most awesome finds was this wagon. Now, some of the bigger finds that I had this weekend, I don't have it in this room, but I have pictures of that stuff. So I'm going to show you guys the actual wagon real quick. Hopefully you can see it in this pic right here. It's a vintage radio flyer. You can kind of see it right there. All right, so I picked that thing up for $4, right? It was $5. I was gonna pay $5 anyway, but you know, that's the whole thing about the garage sale is you want to talk down as much as possible. And it still has the $5 sticker on it. So it is sitting right here. In fact, you can kind of see the handle right there. That wagon in my booth, probably 60 to 100 bucks. It does roll perfectly fine. The tires are solid rubber. They're not pneumatic or anything like that. I was impressed to see that it was intact. It's really pretty on the side, especially it says radio flyer. It's really, really nice. So here's another picture of it. Let me see if I can get another picture for you guys so you can kind of see this wagon. It's kind of weird, but anyway, yeah, there's stuff in the wagon, but that's essentially it right there. So you can kind of get an idea of what the wagon is, right? So that was an awesome score. That was in my neighborhood kind of early in the morning. Also, I picked up 2 bikes, and I'll show you guys that here in a second. Like I said, these things are really big, so I can't here, I'll show you guys. Basically, we have a mountain bike right there, a GT mountain bike. 35 bucks, probably gonna sell for about 100. We also have a black road bike in the back, aluminum frame, carbon front fork. That one right there, Mercier frame. Picked it up for 140 bucks. Asking price $200, and I am probably gonna, I don't know, shoot for 200 to 400 bucks. We'll see, something like that. Someone in my neighborhood might want it. I know they're looking for a road bike, but essentially that is the 2 bikes. Okay, so now that we got that going on, I guess everything sounds pretty good. We got 21 viewers in the house. You guys know exactly what to do. It looks like 4 people know exactly what to do right now. And the people in the feed tell the other people what they're supposed to do. Let's see how much bona fide knowledge that you know on my videos. Let's see what you know about my videos. All right, so let's start with something that's, semi-obvious, right? Here we have, whoa. All right, we have a Nerf Vulcan. So this is an important pickup. I try to pick these up for $10 and less, and I try to shoot between 80 and 100 bucks. Now here's the thing. When you're messing with a Vulcan, you're gonna need a couple things, and they're sitting all right here. So who wants to take a guess what the Vulcan needs to be complete? All right, list it out right now. I know I have some Nerf pros out there. I want you to list it out. What does the Vulcan need to be complete? So the Vulcan is basically a Nerf gun. It does take batteries, takes D batteries underneath this little piece right here. And you have to have a screwdriver to open it up. That'll slide out, I think pivot out, and then the battery compartment tray thing slides out. So you need something more than darts, Mav's dad, but you're right. You need some more stuff than that. So it's a complimentary if you can find a strap to it, right? I don't believe the Vulcan actually comes with a strap, but it has points for a strap, right? You need magazine bipod. Okay, so one of the things that you do need is sitting right here. Once you open up the little ammo thing right there, you can take the ammo box out, all right? So you need this. This is really important, okay? You need the ammo box. It goes right in there, all right? And then inside the ammo box, of course, should be the clip belt, okay? You need this. That goes into the ammo box. It feeds through the mechanism. Once you have the batteries in and you pull the trigger, it should feed all of this stuff through. So you need this. You need the ammo box, okay? And then you need one more thing, guys. One more thing. What is it? What is it? What is it? Take a guess. Take a guess. Now, people in the green room are definitely going to know about that. You might be thinking, what is the green room? Check out the second link down below. It's my private Facebook. It's my private, site / Facebook group. But yeah. So what do we need? We're missing one thing, guys, and this is very important. So let's see what it is. What is it? It's sitting on my lap right now. The last and final thing that you'll need to make the Vulcan complete is the tripod. All right, so this thing goes right under there, and that makes a complete gun. All right, so this ammo box, a belt. It's only complimentary if you have this, right? And yeah, outside of that, you might find some battery corrosion in the battery compartment. You can take that off with red wine vinegar or apple cider vinegar. And yeah, and they're pretty much indestructible. They're made for kids to play with all the time. So once I put the batteries in there, it should work just fine. You got to feed the belts through here, and the belt will obviously spit from this side to that side. So you put the very first part of the belt right there, close the hatch, right? And then from there, you can just pull the trigger, assuming the batteries are in there, and you can test it out. I've never come across a Vulcan that didn't work. So that right there is about 80 to 100 bucks in optimal condition with really good pictures, 80 to 100. I actually sold one 6 or 8 months ago at 100 bucks. So pretty good. We have Joshua Davidson in the house, who's one of our recent Green Room members that joins. Says, I just joined last week, definitely worth it. I'm super happy with it. So there you go. Joshua Davidson, what is going on? I saw you on Raykin's video earlier. So that's one of the first finds right there. I picked that one up for $7. It was asking price $10, and you can kind of see the only annoying thing that comes with those Nerf guns, the longer ones, is that you have to find, you know, like a longer box. So I might have to go to Costco or a furniture store to find a box that's long enough to get that gun in there. But it's not really tough, and it's more than likely going to be going out Smart Post, FedEx. So, okay, now, so now that we saw the wagon's pretty interesting. Always pop on old stuff like that. If you're like, man, I don't know where I'll sell this wagon, and it's still $4, you've got to buy stuff like that. It's really important. You know, really obvious hustles. They have so much marketability. You can market them on Facebook, you know, Nextdoor, OfferUp, antique booths, consignment stores. Like, there's so many different ways to get the wagon sold. Okay, so very important. Like, do not ever pass up money that is so easy and so marketable. Okay, okay. So let's talk about now. I went to a garage sale towards the tail end of the day, and this is going to be rather a short video because, like I said, the larger things are kind of out there. I wish I could explain bikes more, but they just take forever to explain. I do have a guide. It's free in the Green Room, but it's called Bikes $2. It's one of the links down below. You can go check it out, decide if you want to buy it or not. But that is where I put a lot of my bike knowledge into. I spent a month and a half building that guide, intricate pictures and all that kind of stuff to get you guys into the bike trade, being able to make money from flipping bikes at garage sales. Okay. So yeah, you know, we'll see. So one of the things that one of the garage sales that I went to towards the latter part of the day, I spent, what's up? I think my wife is home. Anyway, so one of the finds that last garage sale, I actually, I'm like totally sidetracked. I spent around, I want to say $7. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's $7. So $7, and this is what I got. Now you got to start helping me out here because I think I know what this is, but what do you guys think this is right here? Right, it's pretty interesting, right? Take a look at the brand right there, solid brand, right? Can you guys see it? All right, so I think I got the light on it. There we go. So it's LL Bean, pretty nice. This is a very soft and supple bag, extremely soft. I can't even describe it. It's just amazing. Now it does kind of look like one of those gunpowder like pouch things, but my father back in the day would call these things stuff bags. All right, and a stuff bag to my father was a bag that you can put a gun in, right? So it kind of, you know, looks like you could put a pretty nasty looking gun in this thing. Now maybe it's another kind of bag, maybe it's a shoulder bag, but really the strap is super tiny anyway. Now the reason why I believe that it is a stuff bag, okay, and a stuff bag, it's too small. See, some people were guessing it's a messenger bag or this and that. It's a, you know, it's too small to be a messenger, I think, right? But the reason why I think it's a stuff bag, like my father said, you know, so you can like bring guns around and stuff, is because when I put my hand in it, right, it's one of my $7 finds. Not only do I have this amazing, which could be, yes, lambskin or something, I take out this, all right? And this is what makes me think it was a stuff bag, right? And there we go, right? it's an actual master lock with keys for a handgun. So more than likely, that's what they were using it for. But people are saying in the feed it's a Euro carry-all. I see some earplugs here. It's probably someone's shooting bag, more than likely. But anyways, if someone, it could be a Euro carry-all, that's fine. I mean, who knows what it really is. But I just know, just when I see bags that look like this, I always call them stuff bags. And anyway, that's what it is. So there were a couple other goodies in here that I didn't decide to like go further with or anything like that. Sorry, I thought I saw something else in here. Okay. I don't think there's anything else in the pockets. There's some pens and stuff, but anyways, that's what it is. I had to pop on that. That was like dirt cheap. The guy basically sold it to me. I felt some stuff in there, and I was just like, how much for this thing with the stuff in there? And he was like, whatever. And so one of the things was the lock. I don't know how much the lock is, but I would estimate 15 bucks, something like that. Yeah. Okay, so part of that, part of my $7 haul, would you have popped on this? Let me know, because this was just chilling, like kind of by a box, and I was like, whoa, that's kind of interesting. I saw, first of all, these colors right here, and so I decided to buy it. Would you guys buy this? Yes or no? Would you guys put this in your pile, your $7 pile? Thought it was pretty neat, right? I don't know. What do you guys think? Current day or not? Let me know. What do you guys think about this one? So I tried to find a date on it. It says Harley Davidson official, licensed product. I don't see an actual date, and that's one of the ways that you can definitely, obviously identify stuff. But what do you guys think on this one? Do you think this is something current, or do you think this is vintage? All right, pretty cool. So like I said, the marketability of something like this is really, really good, because it can go to consignment stores, can go on a booth, can go on eBay, right? So what do you guys think? See, vintage maybe is what Joshua Davidson, and I'm right up there with him. I was thinking kind of like, okay, maybe on the brink of vintage or something like that. The only part that makes me think it's not vintage is this right here, this last piece that says crafted in America, crafted with pride in America. I don't know. Like, I have a feeling that they put that on like more current day stuff, but I think it's current. That's just me personally. I don't know. It's hard to say. So legends never die. That's right. I think this is worth some cheddar right there. Okay. So Ramble On Rescue says, for sure I would have grabbed that. Yeah, you put this kind of stuff in your pile. If it sells for like, $3 or $5 in the booth, I don't care, because I'm probably nothing into this. It's probably nothing, like free. Okay, while we're on the Harley kind of thing, I put this in the pile. I'm pretty sure this is current day, right? You guys can help me out with this. It's an Anco, it's an Anco hat, and it still has the, the form cardboard thing in there. Official Harley Davidson. It's probably gonna go to my booth. This is definitely current day. I would not even remotely say this is retro or vintage. So this is definitely not. But that was part of my deal, right? And I'm thinking in the booth, 15 and 20 pretty easily on that, because the bill is like this tooled leather looking thing, although I think it's faux leather, as in like not real, but it does look like it's like got that tooled look to it, Yeah, there we go. So Ramble On Rescue says, regardless, Harley stuff sells. We have Mr. Rake and Profit in the feed. So go subscribe to his channel, which you probably already are. But anyways, let's get on with the haul. This thing, and he's telling you to smash the like button. That's right. Go smash my like button. Go destroy your keyboards. Got some really good stuff I want to show you. Not very many more things, but cool things. Now, here's one of my favorite finds of the weekend. And I might be just, being stupid and blowing it out of proportion. This was the very first thing I picked up in the garage sale. I take that back. It's the second thing I picked up at that garage sale for $7. All right. This thing's super sick. You guys ready? If you're ready, all right, we have 51 viewers. I want to see 10 people type in ready, all right? And I'll show you this crazy find. And it has another cool thing on there as well, which I don't think it could be worth something. But I want to see ready, like type it in. So until you put ready in, we're going to look at this dart. So go ahead, type it up. Ready. Come on, ready. See this dart? That's what we're going to look at until I see the 10 readies, all right? All right, I see 10 readies. Good. No more dart. Okay, so I thought this was one of the coolest things. Like, this got me really excited. Check it out. This is like super, super cool. So it has a pin on there, which I don't think the pin's really worth that much. It's just some random pin. But man, a trucker hat that is not like falling apart in every which way possible. Unbent brim with a nasty Porsche. Look at that thing, right? Whoa. I mean, I'm talking, this is cool. So I don't know what I'm going to ask for this guy. An unused Porsche hat, basically. Probably made in the USA, yes, but still totally amazing. I have to be really careful with these clasps because you know in hot garages, you know, things can get kind of brittle. So here we go. It looks like it's completely unused but stuffed in a box kind of thing. I rescued it. I thought this was awesome. The embroidery is easily like 95% of the patch, right? So I thought that was awesome. So we have a, you know, there's a lot of detail in this patch. I thought it was super cool. So I'm not gonna wear it because I don't own a Porsche. I mean, I like Porsche, but I don't own one, right? I'm not gonna rep it or anything like that. But what do you guys think? How much should I charge for this in my booth? This might actually go to eBay because, you know, who knows? What would you ask on eBay? I mean, the lowest I would ever ask on eBay, the lowest would be 30 on this, the lowest, and you would be like, what the hell? Who the hell is gonna pay 30? Believe me, when it comes to stuff like this, 30 would be low end. All right. So what do you guys think? What would you charge for that right there? So Thomas X says 20. Yeah, I've sold pretty interesting trucker hats on eBay that has this type. I mean, this is exactly the type of stuff you guys need to be looking for when you are doing trucker hats. Okay, trucker hats all come down to subject matter, patch size, but more importantly, like you know, brands. Good brands with vintage trucker hats wins, right? So yeah, clearing clutter for clarity's thing. 45 breach shop says 49.99, 45 easy, 38. So like, you know, you guys are with me too. I like that. You know, Ramble on Rescue says 45 easy. You know, I think I can bring this into the 45 to 60 range and hold out for about 3 months and probably get it. Right. So I thought that was pretty cool. Joshua Davidson has a pretty interesting point. I could cross list it in the booth, but I'm going to take I would be taking a pretty how do I say it? Like I do this a lot with some of my stuff, but I put things in the booth and I double list it on eBay, right? It's sitting there in my booth. Now, if someone buys it on eBay, there's that small chance that, you know, usually when someone buys it on eBay, I have to call the front desk of the booth of the antique mall and be like, hey, go to my booth, locate this item, and don't sell it. I've done that a couple times, but a lot of times what I just do is if it's towards the tail end of the day, or if I just see that it's sold on the evening time when I check, the opening time the next morning, I'm already at my booth picking it up. So anyway, check that out. It is a snapback. I thought it was pretty cool. Could belong in my booth for 30 bucks, like Joshua Davidson said, and this would definitely sell. I would give it 2 weeks at most. This would sell so fast. So I'm really going to try to expose it to more. I'm going to expose it. I'm going to expose it to more people on eBay, and that's why I'm going to probably put this one on eBay. Yeah, and Ferrari is really good too. But I like this one because the patch is just like mega huge. I wish I could keep it. I wish I had a Porsche. You know, truth be told, I almost did buy a Porsche like 10 years ago. I almost bought a Boxster S. And the same day, they were going to let me borrow it for the weekend, right? Some dealership in town. I was like, well, you know, and I was like, damn, like a Boxster S was like 32 grand back then, you know, I used one. And I ended up was like, oh, okay, I'm just, you know, when you have that, like, okay, I got money to spend and I'm going to go buy a car. It's really fun because now you can go anywhere and like test drive whatever, and everyone gives you the time of day. So I went to the Nissan dealership and I ended up pulling the trigger on a $17,000 supercharged Xterra instead that had like 20,000 miles on it. So anyway, it's kind of funny because I was up against a, you know, 40,000 mile Boxster S for 32 grand, and I just went basically cut in half and I got an SUV instead. But I gotta say that I really wanted a Boxster S. I really wanted it. I love driving it. It was a lot of fun. It was just a really cool car. And definitely got like the right amount of power. It's like fun power. It's not like overpowering. So maybe if I still had that car, which there was no way, if I'd bought it then, I would still have it 10 years later because I've never kept a car longer than what seems to be 2 years now. So that's not good. I'm not proud of that, but I would have never had it anyway. So I can't keep this hat. I ain't gonna rep it. Okay, now let's talk about other things I got for $7. Now, since I have 68 viewers in the feed, I'm gonna really need your help on this one, okay? And I'm gonna, yeah, I know. Thrifty Treasures was like, you got a Nissan, you're a trader. I know. Now I'm all like almost strictly Toyota, like really, honestly. So everything is Toyota now these days with me. So you guys got to help me out on this one. I was at the garage sale, $7 as part of my $7 haul, and I popped on these. Okay, Then let's take a look at the inscriptions. This one says 4th place, Red Eye Regatta, 1984. You guys know what a regatta is? This one says Austin Yacht Club. This one says 5th place, July 2nd, 1978. Dude, that's like before I was born. This was an Aquafest Governor's Cup from the Yacht Club. And this was part of my $7 haul, little ding right here. Governor's Cup, 3rd place, 1977 at the Austin Yacht Club. Yes. Okay, so someone's saying beer stein? No. Okay, so, okay, it's for like drinking beer, yes. But a regatta essentially is a boat race, or a conglomeration of like, but yeah, it's basically a boat race. So now here's the kind of interesting thing, because these are made in England. It says English pewter tankard. Is that good or bad? I don't know. You know, I hustle a lot of things, and it's just one of those things that I have. Leonard Eels of Sheffield since 1779. This is a pewter kind of thing. Is pewter good? Let me know. They don't look pewter, they're too shiny, but they are pewter is what they said. This one says Sheffield, England, pewter tankard. And this one says made in England, pewter tankard as well. So pewter's good. Let me know. Here's my question to you guys, because I said I needed your help, okay? The bottom of these bastards are clear. Now, why would that be clear? I don't know. You know, like that's the part. The person at the garage sale that sold it to me they were like old sailor dudes. They're like, yeah, so when you drink, you can still see the horizon, like when you're drinking, and you can still see where your boat's going. And I was like, They're like, I really don't know if that's the right answer or not. I was like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. But it sounded interesting. So what do you think? Do you think that's a true story, that the reason why those are see-through? The eye of cheddar, that's right. Or to see your beer. What do you guys think? I mean, each one of them are see-through. So Garage Flip says, I'm not buying that story. And I'm not buying that story either. I just don't know. You know, I figure with 67 viewers here, we're going to have someone that knows this stuff, right? But maybe no one knows this stuff. Anyway, this stuff in my booth, I'm looking at probably, since they have cool like vintage years on there and interesting looking, the one with the ding, probably like 12 bucks. And each one after that, probably 15 or so. Yeah, I don't know. So if you guys have the answer after the fact, when this goes, you know, non-live, then just comment down below. Let me know. They got their, you know, normal scratches and everything. I think they're interesting looking. So yeah, thought that was pretty cool. I had to just throw them in, right? The guy was like in liquidation mode. When you have people in liquidation mode, you have to take a closer look and do a little bit more run-throughs is what I'm talking about. A run-through is when you go through a garage sale and you look at everything and you're like, okay, I could go now, but let me do another run-through, right? And if the prices are really, really good, I'm talking like exceptionally good, and you can just tell that they don't care and they're just like trying to get it out, you should be doing more run-throughs, period. So anyway, so that's that. Okay. Interesting. Mr. Too Easygoing says that it's clear on the bottom so the drinker could see the coin in the bottom of the glass and refuse the drink, thereby avoiding conscription. Oh my gosh. Okay. The legend is that the glass bottom tankard was developed as a way of refusing the king's shilling, i.e. conscription into the British Army or Navy. That is really, really interesting. Okay. So I guess we figured it out. That's good. Okay. So the last thing that I want to show you guys real quick is this. This was the very first thing and you'll see the video probably edited 3 weeks from now, but the very first thing that I see from the car at the garage sale was this airplane. Now, there was something on the front of this thing, okay? It's called a motor, duh. But I looked at this thing and I was like, holy crap, I know what that is. Do you guys know what this is? It's old style stuff, man. But I know what this is. And this part right here is gonna go to my booth. Definitely not going to eBay, but what was up here is worth good coin, okay? So this, all right, someone help me out with this, because I know what the term is. I want to make sure you guys know what the term is. What do you think this is? So we clearly know it's an airplane. What kind of an airplane? Those are the two keywords that are so important in the listing. Take a look. Someone's going to figure it out. There you go. Garage Flip says it's a control line model plane. That's right. It's a control line. Means you control it like with one hand. up and down, kind of like a kite, and you go around in a circle, right? I don't understand how people don't puke, but that's a control line plane. And like I said, at the very front of that plane was, let me show you here. Oh man, there's some awesome stuff in this box. Anyway, so, okay, the screws just dropped out. So 1 second, can't lose these things. Okay, so, so the front of the plane had this one, a torpedo 35. I put a post on the green room about these two motors I'm about to show you. I can't get into great detail about them, but essentially the money is in these things right here. Pretty cool, right? So that's a vintage, vintage nitro, or you should get gas-powered motor. And the gas goes in these little tanks that look like this, and it wires to basically that thing like that. And so that's essentially what you have, right? That's pretty interesting. And it's really cool because the cooling heads are like colored. So you might say green top, green cooling head. That's what a cooling head looks like. Here we have a glow plug that is really, just kind of like a standard looking glow plug. But I'm going to show you another one that came in the box. Not in the box, but it was in this like ammo thing. And this one's really pretty, and I'll show you why. So we have a wood prop, so that's a little bit better than having a nylon prop or a plastic one. We have a McCoy 19 motor right there. And then the cooling head's red. But check out this, man. Look at the plug on this one, man. I can appreciate some really cool things in life, but this one is awesome, right? So I thought that you guys would want to see that. The actual cooling head's red, yes, but it looks like a mini, tiny little spark plug on top, as you can see, right? So this is pretty neat. These motors right here probably are, we're looking at probably 50 or more on this one. And I'm looking at probably around 35 to about 55 on the torpedo. So I thought this was really cool. And like I said, if you want to look up control line model plane, go on YouTube and check it out. So do you need to, fuel these things up to try them, test them out? No. Put untested, throw them on eBay, do basic research. It's really, really easy to get money for these things. So the money is in here, the motors. Okay, so, and here, I know it's definitely the dude's hobby. Here's more control line stuff right here. Here's the actual control line for the airplanes. So it looks like fishing line, but it is the stuff that makes the airplane way out there, and you go around in a circle with it. So I thought that was pretty cool, along with 2 bikes and a couple other random finds. I thought it was a really, really solid Saturday. I didn't spend that much money. Well, I'll take it back. I spent $140 on one of the bikes, but it's a solid pickup kind of day. And I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys that kind of stuff before I take it to market. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Do me another favor, get 100 amazing items to resell. It's the first link down below, right? And yeah, think about joining the green room. It's the second link down below. We'll see you in there. Thanks for joining and checking out my video. Put the comments down below, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.